Hey everybody, it's Dave McKeever and Richard Hunley. We're with Advanced One McKeever Real Estate, and we're back with another episode of our Ask the Broker show and podcast. And this is a podcast and show. We talk about all things related to real estate and helping agents and tips and mindset and all sorts of great information when it comes to building a successful real estate business. And one thing that Richard would probably agree that will give you long-term success in real estate is having a database, or
big time
having a place where you put all your clients, past clients, sphere of influence, all their information together in one localized system, which we call a database. So I know personally, majority of my referrals and business comes from having a database and staying in front of those people. So one of the topics I just wanted to bring up today, Richard, and we've had some agents ask this. We have some newer agents in our office who are just getting going, right?
Yes, a few.
Less than 2 years, a year in the business. Is how do they get started and formulate a database? So what's a couple things they can do to get that database up and running?
Well, in the trainings, what David and I teach our agents is, number one is start a database. And, most agents, well, how? What do I do? Well, the easiest thing to do is do it with everybody you know. Mm-hmm. Friends, relatives, even people you know at the certain stores you go to. The cashier knows you from going there for 5 years, things like that. So start off with your, for a better word, sphere of influence, people you know. Get that up to 25, get that up to 50. Keep building it. That's the main one, and that's what we tell new agents to get started on it. But now they've done that. Now what do they do to keep growing it, David, to get it bigger and bigger so that someday it's really going to be their go-to in real estate?
Well, there's a couple ways to add to it, and basically you kind of hit on it is, the way I've added mine over the years, anybody I've had a real estate conversation with, if they've asked me a question at some point in time, they've pretty much been added to my database. So that's number one. Number two is, well, not so much about this moment in time. It's June 9th, and we're not allowed to have open houses right this moment. But prior to that, and when they come back,
yes,
you tend to meet a lot of people when you're hosting open houses, whether they're prospective buyers or their neighbors down the street. People come to your open houses. They could just be looky-loos, but that's okay. Those are the people you want to maybe form a relationship with, and they may need help in a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now. So those are the type of people you want to add to your database.
Absolutely. I mean, here's a question. What type of people do you add to your database? You kind of just answered that, but more of a general answer. Any adult that can possibly buy or sell real estate. See, I think maybe I'm even wrong there. Even if they can't buy or sell real estate, they might know people that can buy or sell real estate. So that basically makes it the entire adult community in your community. So there's a lot of possible people to put into a database. Another way maybe of increasing your database is, when you door knock, when you cold call, anything you're doing when you pick up leads, that's database also. And go out of your way to increase the database, even if they're not going to be a good lead now. Sometimes we tend to skip them. Get them in there. When you get this database up to hundreds of people, it's going to really pay off for you.
Yeah, and one little word of caution, and one thing I tried to avoid is being that salesy agent that spams you over the years. And one thing I like to ask when I'm talking to people is, if somebody you just met, maybe at an open house or, like you said, door knock or whatever, is, hey, is there a local agent in the area that you would work with if you were ever to buy or sell real estate? And if they go, I can't think of anybody, or yeah, my mom's an agent. Well, that's a indication right there of who you may want to add and not add. If their mom's an agent or their sister's an agent, there's no sense in forming that relationship or being that spammy agent that's going to keep sending them things or never do business with you. So I'm generally there to add people that generally may need my help one day. And if they already have a relationship with another agent, I'm not going to step on that agent's toes. So, you know, be careful who you add and ask the right questions.
Yeah, I think you used the right word there, relationship. As you're building it, which is what we do in any kind of sales, then you're going to find out if that's the person that's worthy to make your list on the database, or even worthy to make your list as a lead for right now. So remember, leads right now are database later. So
yeah,
they're both. You know, everybody you've sold houses to already, or listed their house, or, you know, even talked to about real estate as a possibility. So just build it, and everybody, you know, I think I have a note right here. Everyone you know is a possibility. So that's basically the answer I have for building a database and expanding it and growing it.
So what are some things, say I just meet you, or I've known you're an acquaintance of mine, what are some things I should be adding, or what information should I try to gather from you as a agent who wants to develop a relationship with you?
Well, I think as soon as you bring up that you're in real estate, you know, it's a good conversation already, especially nowadays with, oh, is the market going to crash? Is the market taking off? What are the interest rates doing? Just get that conversation going, which is a very easy conversation to get going. And then you'll feel it out from there as to whether this is a lead for you or not. And, you know, you might get to the point to where you exchange your cards with them, or just get a little info and say, hey, you know, I send out a newsletter, or I do this, or I do that. Could I add you to that list? Most will say, oh, sure, you know, I'm not going to try to sell you. I'm just sending you information.
So email address, perhaps? Email newsletter?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, David, you said this way at the beginning of this show. Now, with the new wave of, you know, social media and, you know, the Facebook and the LinkedIn and so on down the line, you might have a database. You might have 4 or 5 databases. You know, you might have the one that's your farm. You might have the one that's the Facebook people. You might have the LinkedIn. You might have, you know, your list that people you call. That's okay if you have 4 or 5 lists, as long as you have a lot of people in there and it's people that you are going to get in touch with.
Yeah. Well, I think that's, there's a lot to basically take in there, but I think we've covered the how to develop a great database, and some things maybe to do and some things maybe to avoid. And unless there's anything else you want to add.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy. So thank you everybody for watching today's Ask the Broker show. If you have any questions or tips or comments, comment below or reach out to us. Don't forget to please like this or subscribe button here on YouTube. So thanks everybody for watching.